Hello everyone and welcome back to this week's FailRace versus Community. This week we have A-class cars with flat engines. I'm in Ferrari 512 TDF, I think. Can't remember, to be honest. But we're here for the first race at Spa. We'll pull over to the inside from starting in 18th. It's quite far down the grid, covering off the inside into turn 1 for Porsche going to ghost mode as I misjudged their braking. We'll get to the inside of them, maybe get past another car too, so we start to make the run down to our Rouge. Looking at the car's ahead, we have a Super just getting onto the grass, starting to spin in front of us, fortunately spinning across in front of us and pushing us into the wall, really killing our momentum. Luckily we did get through that without losing too much speed, but has cost us a little bit as we go up through a Rouge, getting a little bump to help us out, and with the top speed here, not running any front or rear wings. We'll close in on the red Porsche in front, trying to have a look to the inside in the braking zone. Don't quite have the braking performance to get the move done there. Porsche cutting the comb a little bit, so we'll look to the outside through the right-hander. We'll try and throw it round. We'll maybe get the move done on the exit. Can we get in front? We just about do. We pull in front to cover the inside into the downhill right-hand hairpin. And we hold on to P16 now after a great start. We have a look to the inside of Subaru here, and they leave the door open for us, so we just slide on through for P15. Yellow Ferrari here, get a bad run through No Name. Will allow us up to P14. We have a run on Longbow here in the neon yellow Porsche. They leave the door open for us on the inside of P1, but we don't quite have the grip to get down the inside for now. We have a good exit though out of P1. We're putting the pressure on as we head towards the Piff Path chicane. Longbow's good defense, so we'll look to the outside. Longbow getting caught up behind a Subaru, so we'll look to the outside, but we don't quite have the grip to keep it alongside through the Piff Path chicane. Longbow looking to left hand side of the Subaru. We're looking to the inside into the right-hander, 10 sector 2. There won't quite be the space there, so we won't get moved down. Car off in the gravel will give us another free position. Super is a little bit slow through Stavlo here, so we'll get a run on the exit and go round the outside. We also go a run again on Longbow. We'll pull to the right hand side this time as we head up towards Blanchemont. We'll have straight line speed to pull in front, and that'll be us up to P11 despite the unfortunate start. Keep it within track limits on the curb on the exit of Blanchemont. Hopefully we'll be able to close in on the group in front. We can see Stevie having a look to the inside of a purple 512 Ferrari, going around the long way for the second part of the chicane, and we'll get that move done for P9. That helps us close in a little bit as we go into the second lap here, down towards turn 1 once again. We'll close in a little bit on the brakes. The Ferrari in front of us running those aero parts that we are not, so hopefully we'll have a bit more straight line speed than them up the Camel Straight. We fell back initially a little bit on the acceleration. We might lose a little bit to through our Rouge depending on how confident we are. We seem to have a bit more confidence. Keep it within track limits on the curb over Radion. So we've closed up in the slipstream now without our arrow. We should be closing. We're going to pull out to the right hand side. No defense offered from Absol. This will be neck and neck into the braking before they come. We'll be just a little bit ahead and we'll be a bit braver on the brakes, and so we'll get that move done. Purple Ferrari slotting in behind. Now we're looking forward again to the yellow Ferrari and the Subaru here. Stevie fighting side by side through they come. We look to see if we can get to the outside on the exit here. We couldn't quite on the yellow Ferrari. They go to the inside of a silver classic Porsche, and we're able to get the move done round the outside. That gets us up to P8 now. More good progress. And now through the middle sector of Spa. Of course, without the arrow, we don't quite have the grip of the cars around us, but we're going to try our best to just sort of hang on in this section, not lose any more time. As the yellow Ferrari not quite close enough to do anything, using all of the track through P1. Stevie just pulling away slightly through there, but we're still not too far behind. Closing in a little bit on the run towards Piff Path. That lack of arrow coming in useful once again. We're just about half a second back from Stevie. Will we be close enough to maybe make a move into the bus stop? We'll have to wait and see. Now at the end into the final sector, using all of the curb into Stavlo. Now Stevie running a little bit wide, just clips the grass. That might cost him a little bit of momentum here. So as we make the run up to Blanchemont now, in the slipstream. We have a lot of momentum. Stevie Scubby on the racing line, so we'll have to go to the outside. Can we get in front before Blanchimont? We just about do. We turn in for the apex. Stevie, a lot of respect there. Not putting the nose up the inside, keeping it clean there, so they very easily could have tried to just throw the nose down the inside there, so big respect to Stevie. We try and throw our nose up the inside of Hordes through the bus stop, getting held up by cars in front of him, but a bit of iffy contact there. Wasn't really quite close enough. It was a little silly, admittedly. As we head down to turn 1, we are on the bumper. We know we have the straight line speed, so we hopefully will be able to make some moves up the Camel Straight once more. Stevie's got a bit of a run on us on the exit of turn 1. He's just slightly alongside, but we'll have the straight line speed to just pull in front before we get to Erosion Radion. Now, up the hill, Stevie closes in quite a bit once more. A bit of a concertina up here, backs Hordes up. We'll have a big run on him, we'll have a big run on Ewan as well. We pull to the right hand side, we have a run on Glisker as well. 2 wheels on the grass as Glisker just left enough room for us to sneak our way through, and we're up to P4 with everyone getting bogged down on the exit of Radion. Ewan tries to come back at us round the outside into the com, doesn't quite have the grip, just outbraking themselves slightly, and will run wide and we'll keep P4. Now we're on to the back of Alex, who's trying to put pressure on Liam in front into the downhill right hand hairpin. Just like see if we can maybe sneak up the inside of Alex. I've got our bumper alongside, but we don't quite have the acceleration on the exit. Can we maybe go around the outside? Not quite. Try and get a bit of a cut back here, but Alex has a lot of acceleration in that Porsche. He easily pulls clear right onto the rear bumper of Liam, but won't be able to do anything into Puyon as we go through Puyon. Liam backing us up. We're able to carry more momentum despite Liam having aero on his Porsche. So we're now looking to the outside of Piff Paff. Alex goes for a send down the inside. We're going to look to the outside. Liam and Alex get vertically together, so that pushes them out wide. We have to go wide to avoid that. Now it's Glisker and Hordes to get their way back through the Piff Paff chicane. Now down towards Stavlo once more. Hordes using the extra grip of their Porsche. Just pull a little bit of a gap, but we know we have straight line speed here on the run up to Blanchimont, so we hopefully will be able to get the move back again as we head up towards Blanchimont. We're starting to close in once more, close in. Hordes keeping to the racing line. We'll have to go to the outside once again. We're not quite as far up as we were when we passed Stevie, and we'll have to back out of it through Blanchimont. But we're still close enough, gaining once more. Can we make a move into the bus stop? Hordes going defensive. We look to the inside. Hordes more confident on the brakes, but does go in a little bit deep. We try and look to the outside of the second part, but we don't quite have the grip to make it work. Wheels spinning as we try to put the power down. That does give Stevie a little bit of an opportunity here. Looking to what will be the outside of T1. We'll just pull a little bit clear with the straight line speed. Stevie trying to come back in the braking zone. Yun coming in on the brakes to into turn 1 a little bit deep, but he avoids contact and loses a spot to Alex, as we can see in the replay. But as we head now down to Arouge once more, this will be our opportunity up the Camel Straight to see, can we get back past both Glisker and Hordes. Glisker, big slide through Puyon there, will cost the momentum. Hordes tries to look for a way past Glisker, doesn't have the room to do it on the track. Thought about going off the track, but respectfully didn't take any advantage from that. And we use our straight line speed to pierce through both of them, pull back across Glisker to defend the inside into they come. Glisker has a late look up the inside, tries to get there, but it's maybe a little bit too late to get there. Doesn't quite push us wide, so it was a fair attempt. But yeah, respect for them just not pushing into our door and pushing us wide. But yes, we go through the downhill right-hander in the middle sector now. This is where the cars behind just have more grip than us. So we're going to try and hold on to P2 here. We should have the speed up towards Blanchimont and the bus stop to hold on any threat. But we need to get through the middle sector first. Going a little defensively into Puyon just to dissuade Glisker from making any dive. They try and get a cutback, get to the inside, but we just kept the door shut through there. Now on the run to Piff Paff. Glisker a little bit wide. Hordes will be also wanting to try and get by Glisker as well through the Piff Paff chicane. Just holding on for now. Glisker maybe knowing that Hordes is right behind them, not wanting to step out of line too much and potentially lose P3. Now into the final sector. Glisker a little bit of a run in through Stavlo, but are not going to have the straight line speed up towards Blanchemont. In fact, they ran a little bit wide, and that's allowed Hordes to get past them up into P3. So as we head to Blanchemont, we should have P2 secure now with our straight line speed through Blanchemont, getting a good run. Well, this is only the penultimate lap, sorry, miscounted my laps into the bus stop. Hordes closes in a bit here in the braking zone, as you would expect, but we have a neat and tidy run through here so far. As we head on to the final lap now, we should be able to get, with our straight line speed, to get a bit of a gap up through Rouge and Radion, but we run a little bit deep into turn 1. You can see how much Hordes closes up with that tighter line. So Hordes putting a bit more pressure on us than Glisker was. But hopefully, once again, as we've been saying, our straight line speed should let us build a gap up the Camel Straight. We'll just need a good run through our Rouge and Radion, making sure we keep it clean within track limits. Hordes does get a better run and closes up a little bit. Hordes will have the slipstream here up the Camel Straight. So as we wait for that gap to increase, it's not really increasing. Hordes is sort of keeping up. We gain maybe a tenth there in the end, but Hordes and Glisker are just going to close that in on the brakes for the Dicom chicane, and that means that gap that we suspected that we'd have, we don't really have. In fact, it's only a couple of car lengths back to Hordes as we get into the middle sector. Into the downhill right-hander, you can see Hordes closing in on the radar, closing right to the rear bumper, and we can't afford any mistake here, otherwise Hordes will be through with the superior grip that they have. Now on the run down to Puon, into corner. Hordes once again closing up. Can we just carry enough speed? Hordes isn't quite close enough, but into Piff Paff. We thankfully, straight line speed allows us to open up an extra car length, which is so needed through Piff Paff to just try and hold Hordes off. We get a good run through Piff Paff chicane, just holding Hordes off for now. In to Stavelo. Hordes closing in is close. We just slightly tighter line into Stavelo to try and dissuade Hordes from a move down the inside. You can see Hordes is right on our rear bumper as we head up to Blanchemont. The slipstream we've seen was powerful on the run up the Camel Straight, so Hordes not dropping back as we would have liked through Blanchemont. Now we're trying to run a little bit more speed in. We do have to understeer a little bit, get out of the throttle to stay within track limits, and that gives Hordes a run up to the bus stop chicane. We have to defend, try and brake as late as we dare, just about pull the car up on the apex. Hordes trying to go for a cutback once again, 3-second part. He does get the better exit, can put the power down, but he doesn't quite have the acceleration to drag us to the line, and so we'll hold on to P2 after a fantastic opening race to this video, up 16 places from 18th, and a good fastest lap. Hordes did have a better fastest lap there. Hordes was a bit quicker, and we were definitely both quicker than Shadow, but Shadow, starting from poles we see there, just ran away, was unchallenged that race. We now move to Suzuka for a second race, a little bit further up on the grid, 13th. As we get an alright start, we start moving towards the inside, where we go a little bit more aggressively, try and cover off from a faster Porsche. They go to the outside and sweep back in front of us into turn 1. So we drop down to what might be 15th here, as Glisker is trying to go around our outside. Couple of cars getting tangled up on the outside. We leave them as much room as possible. We get past the car on the left-hand side. That's Glisker we get past, but just getting backed up through the S's. Little concertina effect here, trying to look for a gap. See Super running wide, taking another car with it. We run slightly wide onto the grass and slide up into someone else. Unfortunately, a little bit messy there. But as we go through the S's, holding P12, get big smoke storm. Car a little bit sideways. Thankfully, they've gone into ghost mode this time with the pause menu. But that'll be up to P11 for us. Glisker, a couple of wheels on the grass into Deichner 1. We try and look around the outside, but we just back out of it for now. We know we maybe don't quite have the grip for it. Car on the grass as we head up towards the hairpin. We're just taking it cautiously. We know things are going to back up with Concertina here. Glisker to the inside of Rusky. We'll try and get that move done. and they're going to be side by side. Now this is where our straight line speed starts to show an effect as we make the run up to Spoon. We're looking, can we maybe find a gap on the outside? It'll be the inside for Spoon. We make a dive on Rusky, not quite far enough to make a move on Glisker. A little bit of door banging with Rusky. And through Spoon, just try and give Glisker a little bit of assistance through the apex. But we'll make up a couple of positions up to 9th place now. And we'll use our straight line speed to try and pull clear. Glisker not really defending from us, but also try and get past that classic silver Porsche. We're going to be side by side. We just pull clear of the 3 wide, side by side into 130. Our bit of wheel to wheel contact again. Drags us a little bit wide. Glisker runs even further wide from it. But we'll be going defensive into the Casio triangle. Chicane. But we'll be holding on to what is P7 now. Heading on to the start finish straight. We're going to set our sights forward. We've got Super in front with a wide body and arrow. It's probably going to struggle on the straights a little bit. As you can see, we are closing up quite a bit. Are we going to be close enough for a move into turn 1? We're going to have a look. We're going to have a look. But not quite. We're going to back out of it in the end. The Super not pulling as much as the gap we'd expect through the first 2 corners, not utilising their grip to full effect, and we'll get the run down towards turn 3 and get the move done before the S's. So we're going to cut now to later on in lap 2. We've cut up to the gap car's head. We're going to have a look to the inside of this orange Porsche. Get into the door slightly. Doesn't sell our car. We don't quite have the traction out of the hairpin. Porsche will start to pull away a little bit again, but as we see in the first lap, this is where our car comes in strong with its straight line speed. On the run up to Spoon Corner, we're closing in a lot. Once again, we're going to look to the inside. We're going to send it up the inside, an aggressive send. We just leave enough room on the outside for the Porsche. Porsche giving us a lot of space on the inside too. Good respect here, holding it side by side through the second power spin. We're able to get the power down, and we'll use once again our straight line speed to pull in front. That's P5 now, as we see Hordes and Alex up ahead fighting for P3. We're going to try and close down to that gap, so we're going to cut ahead now to the penultimate lap, second half. We've both Alex and Hordes have chased down Ewan for P2 as well. So as we come out Spoon Corner, making our way to the bridge, and 130R, we're closing in as we'd expect on Hordes with the straight line speed. We're going to pull to the inside. We're a little bit closer, a little bit further ahead than we were with Glisker here. We're going to try and run it side by side. Hordes once again making door-to-door contact, just running out a bit wide from that. And we're going to hold on to P4 now. Now we're behind Ewan. Alex having got past for P2. Ewan trying to come back at Alex through the chicane, but will compromise themselves. We get a good run out of the chicane, and we're going to get up to P3, but Ewan has got a bit more straight line speed than us, maybe helped a bit here by Alex's slipstream, and he's going to pull back in front as we head towards the first corner. We're going to try and send in a little bit deeper, and we do get ahead, just making sure we hold a tight line to prevent Ewan from making a cutback. And we've now got ourselves up to P3. It's now about chasing down. Can we get in front of Alex? Alex, as we've seen with Spa, a lot of acceleration, especially low end, but doesn't have a lot of grip. We're closing in a little bit. He has a little slide there, runs a little bit wide in the S's. We try and look to the outside here, but we aren't quite close enough. Don't quite have enough grip to make the move, so we back off, open up the final part of Dunlop Curve, and we get to the inside on the exit. It'll be side by side. Alex just clipping our rear quarter again. And we slightly get Forza Glade. We just about hold the car on the track, but it is going to allow Ewan to get in front. So, Hordes get in front. We're just trying to gather ourselves back together, getting a little slidey, but we have held on to P3 in front of Ewan. Unfortunately, Alex dropped back a little bit from that Forza Glade moment. As we now get to the second half of the lap, we know this is where our car is strong against Hordes. Ewan does have a little bit more straight line speed on us too, so this is a three-way battle for second place here. We're both closing up on Hordes. We're going a bit defensive from Ewan, trying to get a little bit of cleaner on the car too. As we head through Spoon, we're staying close. We're staying on the rear bumper of Hordes. He gets the power down a little bit better on the exit of Spoon, but that advantage quickly disappears as we have the straight line speed up towards 130R. Hordes is going to hold the inside this time. We're going to go to the outside. We get clear and we pull a car length, maybe even two, as we head into 130. Our horses going to be able to once again carry the speed on the exit, just like they did with Blanchimont at Spa. And they're going to look to the outside into the chicane. They get the car slowed up. They're going for the apex of the second part of the chicane. They're going to take second place for now, but it's a good long run. Start finish straights at the end of the grid, end of the pit lane here at. So we have the run. Will we get in front? We easily will pull back into second place here at Suzuka once again. 2 second places, 2 brilliant races. This time we did have fastest lap. Wasn't quite clean with a bit of contact. I think it was clean track limit wise though. But yeah, getting back up into second place. What a fantastic couple of races. 2 second places, 11 places, and 16 places gained across the 2 races. We could have fought for the win had we been further up on the grid, but I will absolutely take those extremely fun races. That's going to do it, however, for this week's FailRace versus Community. Thank you everyone very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.